Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm Sheldon, and this is Behind the Enthusiast. Today, we're going to be starting to do some catch-up on the new models that were released a little bit earlier this year, throughout the summer. And the first one on that list would be the Fast Johnnie Enthusiast Collection paint scheme. So, let's get into it. Now, first things first, we have 3 models which got this treatment. They were supposed to be less than 2,000 or 2,000 max of these models each. So between the 3 of them, so 2,000 at the most each globally. So that isn't just, North America or whatever. This is literally worldwide. So we have the Lowrider ST, Street Glide ST, and the Road Glide ST. Now, in terms of price, obviously, this is going to be a lot more than just bumping it up from the White Sand Pearl, which, depending on the model, I believe it is about $800 for the Lowrider ST, based off of a base model, Vivid Black. Now, keep in mind, I am talking Canadian prices. This is not US. You guys are in the States, which I know probably most of you are. Be sure to check out the American website for the proper pricing for your market. But Canadian Lowrider ST, we're looking at $27,649, and the addition of this Enthusiast Collection paint scheme, Fast Johnnie, is going to run you an extra $2,400 Canadian. Remember that. Now, obviously, this is a really cool looking bike. We have the first mascot for Harley-Davidson, the racing mascot, Johnny the Pig, on the left side of the gas tank. He's got the checkered flag there as well. I think Harley really missed the opportunity to sell this logo. I didn't see any merchandise whatsoever, t-shirts, you name it, with this logo on it. I feel like that was a huge missed opportunity by them, because I definitely would have bought one or two. Now, obviously, this is something that people are going to flock over, kind of like the El Diablo, for example, in relation to the Lowrider ST, of course. And the paint, by the way, we have Celestial Blue with the white racing stripes. Now, moving over to the bigger models, the bigger brothers, if you will, the Street Glide ST and the Road Glide ST, both of them are the same price. They're both $37,799. And additionally, the paint scheme Fast Johnnie is going to cost you $3,600 Canadian. Now, that might seem like a lot of money. However, when you guys are thinking about the prestige and the rarity of these bikes, $3,600 to paint the entire bike. It's actually not too bad. I feel like that's an appropriate price. It's not like it's $5,000 or $6,000 like I believe that's what the CVO paint is costing right now. It's upwards of like $5,000 or $6,000. And personally, I can't justify that on one of these models, so I think the pricing for these is appropriate. I don't think they've gone too crazy on them. Obviously, the Lowrider ST, it's only $2,400 additionally compared to a Street Glide or Road Glide ST, $36. So, yeah, $1,200 more, but if you really like the Lowrider, you really like all the features on it, again, this is an ST model, so you still get that 117. However, you don't get a radio. You don't get the GPS features and everything on the bike. So, think about it in that regard. But in terms of paint, I mean, you've still got saddlebags on it. You still got a front fender and a rear fender and a fairing. So maybe the price isn't completely justified when you go from a Lowrider ST up to a Street Glide or a Road Glide ST. But I might want to think on that one a little bit. That's kind of a head scratcher there as to why it's $1,200 more. I don't see where that difference is really coming in, because when you look at a Lowrider ST fairing compared to a Street Glide fairing, I'm looking at the bikes and comparing them. I don't see that much of a difference between the models. I don't see how you can really justify $1,200 more, because the only thing that I can think of is that the fender, maybe a little bit bigger, the side covers, on the bikes. But other than that, I mean, I don't understand why it would be so much more money. I would expect it to be maybe $3,200, something like that. You do have a few extra components, larger components, but $1,200. I personally, I don't see how they justified that pricing difference anyway. But aside from that, these are definitely priced appropriately. I don't think that people are going to be too upset about the pricing for the paint. Lowrider ST, obviously it is a much cheaper bike compared to a Street Glide or a Road Glide ST. It's about $10,000 cheaper. So when you think about it, if you guys are in that market for those bikes, you're probably not going to care too much about an extra $1,200 for the paint. And like I said, there are a few extra components, side covers and whatnot. That front fender is a little bit bigger as well. So maybe someone can justify that, but $1,200, it is what it is at the end of the day. I'm not trying to deter anybody from buying one of these models. I'm actually encouraging it because these things are super rare. I actually love them. We have 2 of them on the showroom floor right now. I believe it is the Street Glide and Road Glide ST models. And we did have a Lowrider ST, and I think we actually sold 2. I don't remember which models, but I believe we sold 2 already. Maybe a third. However, these things, they're super, super rare. We have 2 of them right now. And I know things have kind of slowed down because this is the end of the season. However, these bikes are still sought after. We still get lots of people inquiring about them. And so if you guys are actually interested in buying the ones at our dealership, I will leave a link down below so you guys can check out the website and send off an inquiry to the sales team. But these things are really sweet. The only 2 issues really, obviously that extra $1,200, I don't know if it's completely justified, and the missed opportunity of Johnny the Pig on t-shirts. Harley, please explain to me why you didn't do that. I know it's an Enthusiast Collection, blah, blah, blah. However, this was something that I heard people say, oh, they're going to do t-shirts, they're going to do a bunch of stuff, and you guys didn't. So not only am I thinking that it's a missed opportunity, customers at the dealership also said it was a missed opportunity. So maybe, just maybe, you guys should have made at least 1 t-shirt, maybe some other matching apparel to kind of go along with that. Personally, I think if you had the celestial blue, maybe riding gloves to go with this, someone who buys a Fast Johnnie, they could have bought the Fast Johnnie t-shirt, they could have bought the Fast Johnnie riding gloves, maybe even a Fast Johnnie helmet. You never know. Missed opportunity. But at the end of the day, it's going to be up to you guys and your wallets. Whatever you guys can afford, you're going to buy. But I wanted to talk about it, basically just kind of get some ideas floating around, some opinions floating around about this Enthusiast Collection. I'm an enthusiast. The channel's behind the Enthusiast. I absolutely love this one. If I was in the market for one, it would be probably between the Lowrider ST and the Road Glide ST. I love the Road Glide. I would choose the Road Glide over a Street Glide pretty much any day of the week. However, if it came down to constraints on money, financials, and I could only get the Lowrider ST, I wouldn't be complaining. So, yeah, that's probably the 2 that I'd be looking at if I were in the market for one of these Fast Johnnie bikes. And, well, I could potentially win the lottery tomorrow, and if I do, we still have a Road Glide ST in the showroom, so you never know. Anyway, hopefully you guys liked this video. If you guys did, make sure to smash that like button so I know that it's working. Leave some comments and questions down below about this collection. Do you guys think that this was a good collection? Do you guys think the prices were appropriate? Do you think that they had some missed opportunities for merchandise? Let me know down below. And of course, be sure to subscribe so you guys don't miss out on future content on the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.